What's up, Juventini? It's Giuntoli looking to fast-track things for Daniel Maldini. We'll look at the latest rumors there. Then we got to shift focus to Juventus Lazio. We've got a diagnosis on McKennie, the timetable for Gonzalez, but some potential starters that could find their way in the starting 11 for that matchup. And Danilo just can't seem to catch a break, but also surprising rumors still circulating around the Brazilian defender. We are going to go through it all together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJCer channel dedicated to Juventus. It's October 15th. Let's rock with the news. And yes, we have to kick things off with the rumor mill around Giuntoli and Daniel Maldini. Okay, so we know Maldini has attracted the interest of several clubs, Juventus being one of them. Milan apparently also looking at bringing the player back in a return, but the latest rumors suggest that Giuntoli has serious legitimate interest in Daniel Maldini and could be putting forth an offer to Monza in the coming months for the young player. So there you have it. And keep in mind, we do have a good working relationship with Monza. You don't have to look any further than the deal made for Di Gregorio. So will Giuntoli and Juventus strike on Daniel Maldini? How do you feel about that? Hit me in the comments. Another player to keep tabs on. More and more reports and Mirko Di Natale stating that Giuntoli is seriously scouting and monitoring Verona winger Jackson Chachua. All right, so keep him in the back of your head as well. There's two players Giuntoli currently actively monitoring and scouting in Serie A. Now, speaking of Serie A, we return to Serie A action this coming weekend. Juve Lazio, the stadium, it is going to be sold out, confirmed, sold out stadium, and it is going to be a big game. It's a big week of fixtures for Juventus, from Lazio to Stuttgart in Champions League, and then of course Inter in the Derby d'Italia on the 27th, okay? Now, as far as the diagnosis on McKennie, it comes in. He has suffered fatigue in the left thigh. He is only being withheld from the Lazio match as a precautionary measure. He will be available immediately after and probably will find himself on that squad list for the Champions League match against Stuttgart. For Nico Gonzalez, the same timetable as it was yesterday, and that is the Derby d'Italia against Inter. As far as early indications for starting lineup in this Juve Lazio match, Thuram and Cabal, both of their names coming up early to find themselves in the starting lineup. As far as Danilo, this guy just can't catch a break. He can't get minutes as it is, and now the international duty he went on is keeping him out. So the guy goes out for Brazilian national team duty, gets lambasted by the fans there for his performances, comes back, can't get in the lineup, and probably won't for this one because his return from national team duty is going to be too close to that match, and that is what's said to be keeping him out. As far as the rumors around Danilo, they persist that if things don't change at Juventus, he could be leaving in January. Now, this came to a surprise to some previously. Now it has to be as big a surprise, if not more of a surprise, considering the fact that we have lost Bremer for the entire season. We are currently being linked with a guy like Milan Skriniar to come in and bolster the backline. So removing one of those players that can offer coverage there right now makes absolutely zero sense. However, these rumors continue. So we do have to find a solution for Danilo to keep him content enough to remain and not want to leave in January. So everything is going to have to be calculated, and especially calculated in terms of his minutes, because there is that situation looming in the background about the automatic renewal for Danilo based on appearances. And I guarantee you, if there's anything that I picked up on from Giuntoli just through the way the summer went down and everything, this guy is going to want to keep matters in his own hands. We are not going to be going into the same situation that we did with Alexandro. But nonetheless, this is the situation looming around Danilo. We have to keep him content enough to not want to leave in January, because we are not picking up two in January. Unless one, is a loan recall and you still bring in a guy like Skriniar, then maybe you can make it work. But for me, I'd feel better actually keeping Danilo around until the end of the season and then saying goodbye. But am I alone in that? You know the drill. Let me know what you think in the comments, all right? But don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, all right? But let me know what you think about Danilo and all the other news you just heard, and how confident are you going in to this game against Lazio. Can't wait to hear from you all. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition. As always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.